to nurture, to care, to guide, to direct their children. This is the stage where the parent are the final say. They have the final say over everything that has to do with their children. There's a time whereby when the parent instructs their children, the children listen. There's a time whereby the parent serve as God, meaning God, before these children, because these children are helpless. They can't help to do anything. They can't help themselves. They can't provide for their own needs. They can't care for themselves. So this phase is very important. It's a phase where parents are expected to do a lot of caring, a lot of talking, a lot of teaching, a lot of guidance. You just need to be there, to be involved in their life. You just need to walk with them. And before you notice, before you notice, you move to the second phase where the children are having partial independence. The time we call teenage. This is the time that is most delicate, because if this phase is not properly handled by the parent, it may cause enmity between the parent and their children. It may result to huge problem. If this phase is not taken care of properly, it may bring about problem. This is the phase, the time whereby children want to do things without carrying their parent along. This is the time they feel, oh, Junior is now a big boy. Deborah is now a big girl. This is the time they want to experiment. This is the time they want to do things. This is the time that they want to be adventurous. They want to really see what mommy are saying, what daddy are saying. I want to see what does this thing look like. But do you know, as parents, we can manage this phase effectively by getting so close to them, by making them our friends, not by always shouting on them, not by always seeing negativity in everything they do. Yes, what the child is about doing is negative, but as parent, you can find a way to talk into this child, and before you notice, the child still reason. They say, wow, what I'm about to do is not good, truly. So it is not the time for you to always win. When you get to second phase of relationship with your children, is the time for you to negotiate. It is the time for you to negotiate. It's not the time for you to say, oh, what I have said is final, and because I have said it, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that, I'm not going to change about it. Do you know what? All of this is capable. All of this is capable of bringing about gaps between parents and their children. We need to be conscious of this phase of relationship. As parent, you need to take phase 2 of your relationship with your children so importantly, very well, because a phase is coming. When this phase comes, there's a time where you become old. You don't have energy to do things again. That's the time where these children that you have cared for years will come back to repay you for the good job that you have done. Now, if I may ask you, Mom, Dad, how will your old age be? Looking at the relationship that exists between you and your children today, how do you think your old age will look like when there is no strength, when there is no power, when the zeal has gone? Will your children take good care of you tomorrow and say, I am doing this for God's sake? Will your children tomorrow say, if not for Christ, if not for God, I am not supposed to care for these people? Or your children will say, with all that I have, with all that I am willing and I'm going to take care of my parents. What makes it different? One, the difference is how you really handle the phase 2 of your life. Most parents tend to understand and utilize the phase 1 of relationship between them and their children. They are able to use it very well, forgetting that phase 2 is the time that the child is mature. He knows, he sees what daddy and mommy are doing. Not when the child is very small, that he can easily forget your care, that he can easily forget those things you bought for him, that he can easily forget how you carried him, carried her, that he can easily forget. So I want to encourage you parents this morning, and we be a parent, and even if you are a child, that it is very, very, very important for you to understand that your understanding of the phases of relationship that exist between you and your children will determine how far you are going to enjoy your old age.